welcome. This is January's DIY craft for the Waverly Public Library, sponsored by the Friends of the Waverly Public Library. They purchase all the crafting material, so always really appreciative of them. So January's DIY kit is candle making. So fairly easy, but so anyone can do it. So I'm really excited to show you how to do this craft. So you should have received hopefully a kit with the basic candle making supplies, a mason jar, or you can also use any kind of coffee mug if you'd like, a candle wick, and this is to stick the candle wick to the bottom of the jar, and hopefully about 2 cups of soy wax, which is in flakes. And then, so the recipe that I found was cinnamon candles. So I used some imitation vanilla, cinnamon, and ground cloves. You can supplement with other spices or use whatever you prefer. And you're gonna need a glass, preferably glass, container to melt the wax down, okay? And some kind of, I just use a knife, just something to mix the wax and the spice mixture in, okay? And you're going to need something like a pencil to kind of wrap the wick around and kind of hold it in place when you're pouring the wax. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to try to put the wick into the jar first, okay? So what I found to work best actually was to stick this on there first and then kind of guide it down into the jar and then use like your pencil to press it down in there, okay? Just so it's secure. And then you can go ahead and just wrap it around. And you can continue to adjust it, but just kind of generally so it stays put. All right, and then set it aside, okay? Now to melt the wax, I'm gonna take about half of this, the amount here first, okay, and pour it into your glass container. You can use a plastic container if that's all you have, but it's just gonna be a little difficult, more difficult, I guess, to get the wax off of the container. Okay, so you're gonna microwave starting, I think 2 minutes, but you're gonna wanna kind of keep an eye on it, okay? And it says it should take in total about 5 minutes overall, but I found that it melted for me a little quicker. Okay, and so once you have your wax all melted, I learned that you should not mix your spice mixture together before you add it to the melted wax. Otherwise, it will fall to the bottom. Okay, you kind of, especially if it's a mason jar, you want it to look a little more spread out, preferably. At least I found. So you're gonna use about one tablespoon of vanilla and then a tablespoon of cinnamon, and then about a half a tablespoon of the ground cloves mixture. Okay. Starting to melt already. And then once this first about cup or so is melted, again, I would melt it all the way and then start adding the rest, okay? And then once you added the spice mixture, I found using a funnel was helpful, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. Okay, let's see. So, another thing to keep in mind, this container gets really warm, okay? So you might want to use a towel or a pot holder when you're taking it out of the microwave, okay? So you can see it's getting clearer, so that's good. I'm just gonna add a little more. And then just microwave it in 1 minute intervals. So just enough so that it's melted. Okay, let's see how it's going. Oh, again, it's very hot, okay? So be very careful. All right, maybe a little bit longer. And you don't have to use all of this. I should have given you plenty, so I might add a little bit more because I do want it to be towards the top of the jar, but. Okay, looks good. So again, you don't want to mix your spices together before adding it to the wax. So 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. About a half of that of cloves. And then a tablespoon of the vanilla. And then mix that really well. Get any clumps out. And you can, if the wick moves a little bit, that's okay. You can continue to adjust it. And then should be good. Make sure to let it set for at least 4 to 5 hours. Okay, and then you can cut the wick down. All right, but then you should be done. Okay, thanks for watching.